morning. Today we are going to discuss about the concept mapping. Concept mapping. It is the theory developed by Joseph Novak in 1984. The theory is developed based on the theory of David Asbel, that is meaningful learning theory. So concept mapping, which was developed by Joseph Novak in 1984, is based on the meaningful learning theory of David Asbel. You know already what is meaningful learning theory of David Asbel. We have discussed about this in the previous classes, which we discussed in the middle of the chapter. And one next, if you go for the definitions, what are the definitions we have discussed about this concept mapping? So once again we recall all the definitions for concept mapping. What are they? In for this you go for the link which was given yesterday regarding the concept mapping. There are so many definitions given by the professor of some university. That is very useful lecture. Go for that one regarding the definitions. Then if we go for the characteristics steps, we can discuss later. What are the structures of concept mapping? These are discussed already in the lecture given by the professor of the YouTube link. We need not to discuss again. So just go through that lecture. We can see the structure of concept maps. Then what are the steps are used in construction of this concept maps? We have to follow some steps to construct concept mappings. So what are the steps to be followed or used to construction of concept maps? Now we will see. We will go for it that in a glance. Here that is noted as no work, but it is not no work. The steps which are used in construction of concept maps are outlined by Novak in 1998. Just that name is not mentioned in the first line of the slide. So look at the slide, and this is not no work, this is no work. So the Novak has outlined the following steps in 1998 as following. The first step is identify the knowledge domain, that is area which to map. Identify 10 or more concepts that are connected to the questions or of our knowledge domain. Means in the first step, what domain, that means the area what to be learned should be identified to write the or to construct the concept map. Then after, basing on the content to be mapped by using the concept maps. For that, to supplement, we have to identify 10 or more than connected matters, connected questions, connected words which we want to learn or which we want to gain the knowledge of the particular domain. Second, in the next stage, we should go for a rank ordered concept by you planning the broadest and the most inclusive idea at the top of the map. So when we are drawing or constructing the concepts map, next we have to arrange the concepts from broader to smaller, that means broadest to the most inclusive ideas. The broadest must be planned to construct on the top of the concept map. The third one is work down the list and add more concepts to be needed. Means how many concepts where we can use to construct the concept mapping should be listed down, and we have to work out the words or contents to be linked to construct the concept maps should be noted down, and we have to give the links for that one. Then after we have to start how to build up the concept map by placing most inclusive ideas. Means after listing down the concepts or the contents to be constructed to draw a concept map should be begin by placing the most inclusive one under the last should be the least one should be under, and the very broad content matter should be started with the beginning. The next one, next select two or three subtopics. Here the text is not clear. The next is we have to go for the we have to select two or three sub concepts to place the broader one. That means we have to link what the subtopics can be linked. We have to identify what the sub concepts can be linked to the main topic. Next, connect the concepts by lines and labels. So after getting all the things, the main topic, subtopics, from broad context broader to the inclusive way, we have to connect all the concepts or sub-concepts by lines using the lines and labels. After connecting using the lines and the labels, we should go for the rework, whether they are linked properly or not, or whether they are labeled properly or not. Using all these things, if you rework the structure of the maps, then automatically we can draw a good concept map of any content. These are the first steps to be followed when we construct any concept map. And some items should be considered for concept mapping. What are the items to be considered in concept mapping? The first thing is, when we are introducing the concept mapping, we should use, the teacher should use blackboard or whiteboard, OHP, that means overhead projector, smart board, whatever it may be, should be used to introduce the concept mapping with the particular topic. The second one is materials. It means what materials are required. We have to decide first, then only we have to go for the concept mapping. So after introducing the concept mapping, we should remember which type of images should be, which type of pictures should be used to introduce the concept mapping is very, very essential. That pictures or the images should be presented in a manner, that means in teaching maximum principles, simple to complex, concrete to abstract, or known to unknown. Then when we are framing the concept mapping, we should consider that every concept or sub-concept should be presented in the way of simple to complex, known to unknown, concrete to abstract. The third one is space. So we have to utilize the space by the students in a proper manner. That means we have to arrange the students in a particular groups. Space should not waste that space by the students. They have to gather in some place and they have to properly utilize the space to draw the concept map of any country. The fourth one is group size. The group size must be not more than 3 members. That means should be formed with 2 to 3 members only. Then the fifth one is arrangement. The group of the shape should be in U shape, not another shape. The U shape is very convenient to the concept mapping by the students. The sixth one is time. The enough time should be provided to the given should be given to the students to display or construct effective concept mapping to any content. And in this case, we have to consider all the levels of the students based on their intellectual capacity. We should consider all the levels of the students for this concept mapping.